The guys in the booth again. Welcome to WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Old Man Road. And yes, we are a division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. And I gotta say this too, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. Yeah, the bird, which has been banished to the other studio, he only gets to be in Studio B, not Studio A. Yeah, he gets a boulevard. Grumpy, look at, and the size of the fucking sign. I get a road. The road is actually the driveway into the studio. I don't know how a goddamn vulture rates like that, but that's why he's banished to Studio B. Well, Grumpy has been watching. He found a new judge today. Oh my God. This judge out of Harris County, Texas, Judge Fleischer. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in front of this guy even on a parking ticket. Oh, does he kick ass? You know, I thought Judge Stevens laid down the law until I found Judge Fleischer. Oh, he don't take no shit from nobody. And the amazing thing is, nobody complains about him. Oh no, they think the world of him. I spent most of the day watching a lot of his courts. Oh, I like this one guy that was in front of him. The judge says, "Are you healthy?" He said, "Yes." He says, "Why can't you find a job?" He said, "Nobody will hire me." Judge Fleischer says, "Hey, go over to Amazon. Only requirements over there is if you could have one leg and a partial heartbeat and they'll hire you." I liked that. Although it don't say too much for Amazon. Although I'll tell you what, I have discovered that if you have a warm body and breathe on a regular basis, Amazon will hire you. Yeah. I know from fact. We're not going to go any farther as to how I know. Oh, I forgot to tell you. First of all, I flipped the little microphones around. I like them better this way. They're Sennheisers out of Germany. Big buck microphones. Like I say, I got them on special. Like I needed another microphone. I got microphones up the ass in this place. But they caught my eye. I was like, dual microphones. See, because when you add a mic, you have to adjust the soundboard to equalize them. With this pair of mics, I could have one. And if I was doing like an interview, the other person could have the other one. And they're adjusted identical. This way, if I speak into this mic and the person speaks into this mic, it sounds the same. I need to hang on a minute. They dropped down a bit. Let me make they're a little confuculated here. Let me Damn it. Let me make a little adjustment. That's better. That way I don't have to bend my neck. Yeah, they're cool. They're only this big. Well, this big. Let me show you. I'll take one of the. See, that's all the bigger they are. They're like the length of my finger. But oh my God. I hate taking these off. That's better. Yeah, I got them from this place called Sweetwater. Look them up online. They sell, oh my God, the equipment that they sell. Holy shit. They must have like a selection of 1,000 microphones, not to mention keyboards, you name it. But you know the neat thing? When I got these microphones and I opened the package, there was a small bag of candy. Candy. I looked at it. I was like, what is this? And it said, thank you from Sweetwater. Where you get a sweet deal. It was pretty cool. Let's see, what did I have? I had 2 Tootsie Rolls. I had 2 butterscotch hard candies. There was like 10 items. I can't remember all the candy. There was 2 of each. Kind of cool. Makes you remember the place. Not to mention having some candy around was pretty cool too. I don't buy it anymore. It's getting to the point where if you want to buy like a giant Kit Kat bar, you have to go see the finance man. Yeah. Not to mention, candy will go up again in price next year. There's something. I wonder if the studio's getting a delivery. I hate those alarms. They drive me crazy. Maybe they're picking up the bird. They're going to ship him back to where he came from. I'll pay for that one. Where was I? Oh, yeah, candy. There's something wrong with the cocoa plants. Yeah. They're saying that whatever is causing the problem, there's going to be a shortage of cocoa. So of course, that gives the candy makers an excuse to jack the price up even more. I haven't bought candy in quite a while. I used to steal my niece's trick-or-treat candy and hoard it. But recently, I decided to walk down the candy aisle. Holy fuck. A candy bar back in the day. Now we're going to see how old Grumpy is. A candy bar that I would pay 50 cents for is now $3.95. $3.95, and it's smaller. Yeah. It's like 3 bites. $3.95. I remember back when I was a little kid, I'd ask my mother, Can I have a nickel for candy? No. Okay. I'll find a nickel somewhere. And back in the day, a nickel got you a lot of candy. If you had a dime, you could get a bag full. I remember right across the street from my grade school was a little meat market. And they had, as soon as you walked in the door, was all the candy. They had shelves of candy under the register. And back in the day, you didn't steal. Oh, man, if you got caught stealing, the owner of that store would beat your hand until it was broken. Old Man Harold. What a crab ass he was. But he didn't mind taking all of our money because after school, we would all converge on the store. And he had a lot of 2-cent candy. Well, back in the day, it was easy to get pennies. So we would buy a lot of candy, a lot of 2-cent candy, walk home, make sure we had it all eaten before we got to the house. Otherwise, our parents would kick our asses. You ruined your appetite for dinner. Oh, no. That candy increased my appetite for dinner. But we made sure the evidence was gone before we got to the house. I remember one day I had a candy wrapper in my pocket. I changed my, you couldn't go out in school clothes. Oh, heaven forbid, Jesus Christ. As soon as you walk in the door, change your clothes. Well, I changed my clothes, and as my mother went to hang up my pants, she found the candy wrapper. I got my ass beat. Yeah. I didn't dare come home with another candy wrapper. Because I'll tell you what, my parents, you didn't fuck with them. Yeah. In 46, my father was a Golden Gloves boxer. And in 48, my mother turned pro and was a professional wrestler. Oh, I knew what a full Nelson was at the age of 6. 2 people you didn't fuck with. Not to mention they were both alcoholics. And they both smoked. Then everybody wonders why our generation was all fucked up. Well, let's see. Drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, get pregnant, give birth to kids that are going to chew on the windows, chew on the moldings, leaded paint. Yeah. Kind of answers your question why we're all screwed up. Not to mention, we came from the wooden spoon era where that's what your parents would beat you with. A wooden spoon or a belt. I would take a beating from my mother because if she gave me this, wait till your father gets home, I'd like, nope, beat me now. Thank you. What happened here? Soundboard went out. Never fails. Come on. Both of them. Jesus. Okay, that one's working. What about the other one? Come on. They took my symbol away. I told you. I forgot to download the rest of the sound effects. Damn guys up in the booth. Fuck with the yeah. I go to use the other soundboard. It's all confuculated. They took away a third of my sound effects. I'll get their asses. They forget the exit from the booth goes past my studio door. They forget. They got to get past Grumpy to get out of the studio. Go ahead. Keep throwing shit. You'll pay. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, Grumpy joined a motorcycle club. Got my shirt when I joined. It's the Sons of Aspirin Arthritis chapter. That's us. All of our motorcycles have training wheels because we're so goddamn old we'll fall off. We look cute going down the road, but we got neat uniform shirts. We look mean. The only thing mean about us is our joints. That's not a door squeak. That's all our joints from arthritis. I need to get some more shirts. These were sent to me. The Chicago Fire Department bomb unit sent me a shirt. And I can't remember what police department sent me the disabled parking police shirt. That's cool. I have some others. I'll change them around. Hint, hint. Anybody out there with police or fire, law enforcement, want to send Grumpy a shirt? Hint, hint. Real subtle.
Rejected.
Yeah. I doubt I'll see any shirts in the mail. Although Grumpy got himself a fancy pair of cargo shorts. I'll show them to you, even though you probably don't give a shit. My hip joint almost went out, reaching. Ow, ow, ow. Look at these. Red. It's for when we're out motorcycling so people can see us. Look at these. Aren't they fancy? Cargo shorts with a free belt. Look at that. Come with a free belt. I never heard of them before. Blue Rock out of New York. Probably made in Pakistan. Let's see if there's a label. Nope. Although I'll tell you what. eBay Got them off of eBay. I couldn't believe it when I opened the package. I got these off of eBay. $14.95 and free shipping. When I opened the package, the label said $58. I wouldn't pay $58, but they are quality. Yep. $14.95. Retail, $58. For $14.95, I'm going to buy a few more. Although I hope by the time I buy another pair, they don't have two colors. They had red and army green. Probably why they're $14.95. So I took the red. Maybe they'll fade. I do most of my shopping on eBay. Auto parts, clothing, some electronic items. Only if it's a trusted place. Like the guy that I ordered the hard drive from. Of course, he didn't ship it right away, asshole. I won't have it until like the 2nd or 3rd of July now. He told me, oh, I'll get it right in the mail in the morning. Yeah. He didn't send it, priority. That's all right. I don't have the rest of the computer parts anyway. I'm waiting for the CPU cooling fan. Oh, this thing's going to be a monster when I get done with it. I told my computer repairman, since everything is just plug and play, give me it back. So he gave me the tower back. Today, I got the fancy, high power GPU. Yeah. Big, fancy, a lot of memory graphics card. See, the one that was in it from the factory is one of them chintzy ones. So I got a big hard drive coming. That's the one that's got preloaded Windows 10 Pro. So I'll have a 500 gig hard drive, 16 gig of RAM. Originally, the computer only had 6. It said it'll take a max of 16. That's all Grumpy needed. So I ordered the memory, the big, well, not big, but 500 gig hard drive. I don't need no terabyte. I got the fancy high-powered graphics card. The cooling fans for the case are in. All I need now is the one for the CPU. And then we'll have a nice, really high-powered computer to run Prism. Jesus Christ. I think they kind of lie about the specs. Because the two little small form factors had the specs. But the GPUs ended up going out of both of them. And then, since Windows 7 don't exist anymore, I couldn't update Goggle. And without being able to update Gargle, I couldn't download the Windows 7 version of Prism. So I'm operating off this backup computer, Windows 7. I have to do everything the hard way. Once I get done editing on YouTube, then I have to turn around and upload it to Faceplant. I can't wait to get this computer built, because then I'll be on 2 platforms again, maybe even 3. I might try for what is that? Twitcher? What do they call it? X? Yeah, goddamn Elon. Everything's got to be X. Like his cars, Model X. Twitter, now, Model X. I think he's got some perversion with X. I never saw a guy. X. Everything got to be X. 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 Oh, yeah, he did have a Model Y. Can't name a car like Galaxy or, Impala. No. X, Y. I'm waiting for Z. Although, everybody thinks I'm fucking nuts, which I am. I kind of like the Cybertruck. I can't wait to see one. Indestructible? No. I like when he embarrassed the shit out of him when he introduced it. And he took that steel ball and threw it and said, "Unbreakable glass." Clink, shatter, oops. He blamed it on being a pre-production model. Yeah, right. He should have thrown that at the body to see if that stainless steel would dent. That would have been hilarious. Oh, but I kind of think it's neat. Kind of squared off. Has that mean look to it. Although it'll probably be forever before we see any of them on the road. Although supposedly they started shipping them. Haven't seen one. Although I am seeing a lot more of them Teslas in the neighborhood. No wonder at night when I turn on my air conditioner, I get kind of a brownout. Everybody's probably charging their Teslas. They're forcing them damn electric vehicles on us. The major problem is the power grid isn't set up for electric cars. The last time they updated the power grid was like in the 80s. What's the matter with my fancy lighter? I read an article the other day about this ritzy big buck area in California. These people that got like gazillion dollars. 90% of them that live in this development have electric cars. At night, there's a brownout in the city from everybody charging their fucking electric car. People, we need to update the grid. If everybody gets an electric car, we're going to have power outages. Won't catch Grumpy driving one of them. I like my old manual transmissions. It was funny. A couple weeks ago, I picked up my buddy and his granddaughter. She's like 5. And I had the old shitbox Nissan. And she kept asking why I kept taking it out of park and putting it in drive. I said, what do you mean? Well, when Grandpa drives his car, he takes it out of park and puts it in drive, and he leaves his hand off that shifter. You keep moving yours. I told her, it's a manual transmission. She looked at her grandpa and said, what's that? He said, when you get older, I'll explain it. But it was funny. When I went to drop them off, I rolled up the passenger window. And she looked and went, can I do that? Because, see, her parents and her grandparents have power windows. I have them crank windows. For a half an hour, she cranked that window up, down, up, down, up, down. Every time she cranked it, she'd giggle. I thought she was going to break the crank handle off. Yeah, that's all she did. Up, down, up, down, up, down. She thought that was hilarious. I can't wait till she gets in her grandfather's car and breaks the door handle off, thinking it's a window crank. He'll be blaming me. That's all right. Yep. The old shitbox, manual transmission, crank windows, the bare bones. Now my RAV4 is a little different. It's got the power windows, but it's still got a manual. When I needed another vehicle, because my Ranger took a shit, yeah, my clutch went. And they're a pain in the ass to put a clutch in. I was searching online for a manual transmission. I finally found the shit box, and it is. Every time I slam a door, another piece of the body falls off. But it's perfect for me. Especially like the other day when I pulled into the shopping center and there was a panhandler. I got out of the truck, and as I walked to the front of the store, he said, can you spare some change? And I pointed to the shit box and said, do you think I can afford the spare change with that thing? Does it look like I have money? Although one thing, as I walked away, I was number 1 in his book because he waved at me with the number 1 finger. So I went to the store manager and said, hey, you got a panhandler outside. He's giving everybody trouble. They threw him out. When I came out of the store, he was at the opposite end of the shopping center. As I pulled out, I went past him and went, you're number 1 with Grumpy, too. Paybacks. Don't fuck with the old man. Hey, what are you guys doing in the booth? See, I'm not using the soundboards. They're like trying to save power. They keep shutting them off. Although I think it's time for me to shut off the stream. I've been on it long enough. Everybody probably abandoned me halfway through the stream anyway. What are we going to close with? Yesterday was Benny Hill. Let's do a little Bugler's Holiday. Everybody's like, what the hell's that? This is Bugler's Holiday. And with that, Grumpy will see you tomorrow.